Reed, can you just talk about what went into why the offense was so stagnant tonight?
We had one we didn't make shots. That's tough. And they did a good job switching everything, being aggressive, being in the passing lanes, guarded well. But we didn't have enough assists, and that comes from not getting great shots for each other and not making shots or shooting good. But like I said, you gotta give a lot of credit to them as well.
Though it's kind of difficult now, but looking at the season as a whole, what do you think you improved on this year, and what do you want to kind of work on in the off season to improve on in your third season?
I feel like I kind of improved everywhere, but that's definitely not where I want to be. Continue to get better at little things, and obviously work on shooting, passing, dribbling, all that stuff. But defensively, continue to work, and offensively, reading the game and getting just watching film and learning as much as I can that way, and not just on court stuff too.
What are the lessons you take away from this first playoff experience for you, and how is that going to affect the way you approach the offseason?
Yeah, just the intensity that you have to play with every game. We didn't play with the intensity that we necessarily needed in the first couple games, and then we gave away game 3 at the end, so that sucks as well, especially now. But just taking in everything that you can from the series and learning and watching and just going and working out in the summer.
How hard is it to see it end like this after you rally back to force game 6? And what were the emotions going through your mind as the game ended in the locker room afterwards as well?
Yeah, it's tough. You never want to lose, especially the end of the season. But I'm super proud of the guys, super proud of the team, the coaches. Especially going down 3-0 the way that we lost that game 3. We could have very easily shut it down and gave up, but we didn't. We fought. We played a really, really good 2 games, and it sucks that tonight we didn't play our best game. But yeah, no, it stinks.
What was the mood like late at the bench after the starters came out for the last time, and then in the locker room right after the game?
Everyone was upset, obviously, but everyone was just thanking everyone for the season. We had a good season. It sucks it ended the way it did, and as early as it did. We definitely didn't want or expect this to happen. But no, we had a great season. Got great teammates. I've made a lot of new friends on this team, so it was a great year. But yeah.
Hey Reed, talking about your growth and where you need to get what you want to work on, what was it like for you having teams actually game plan for you, trying to take things away from you defensively, and how do you respond to that in terms of preparing for next year?
Just by knowing kind of what they're going to do going into it. Now how teams are going to play you, and things that what they did that might have bothered you in that game or a couple possessions. So just being able to watch that during the off season and work on that, those different type of schemes and stuff.
Reed, I know it's still fresh, but when you look back on to the off season, this past off season where you guys lose Fred and you're thrusted to a larger role, the ups and downs of the season to now being a contributor on a playoff team, just what has that been like? Just this whirlwind of a season for you.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Obviously, like you said, with Fred getting hurt early in the season or before the season, that was hard. But I've had a great support system around me from the teammates and coaches the whole season. No matter what, the highs and the lows, they've been there for me. They've had my back. Every player on the team, every coach. So they made it easy for me. It wasn't it wasn't difficult having to go through those highs and lows because they had my back the whole time.
Two more.
Reed, players often talk about how different the regular season is compared to the playoffs. You know, the physicality, the energy is different. Did you kind of experience that, the change in that, with this being your first postseason experience?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely different. You know, every possession matters a little more. Every game definitely matters more. You know, locking into game plan and personnel, all that, just goes up by 100. So, just staying locked into everything and stuff is very important.
And just how difficult was it just not having Kevin for basically the entire series, and what are some of the benefits you got to have just being around him all year and just seeing the way he works?
Yeah, well, first off, you know, it sucks that he wasn't able to be out there, but you know, I'm super proud of the team. You know, we didn't quit once we knew he was out. We fought, we stayed together. You know, we played together, and I thought we played hard. We played together. You know, it was a lot of fun being out there, just being able to trust each other and just, you know, go out there and give it all we had. But you know, Kevin, being able to watch him just work out and stuff, and just to see how he approaches every game and how much of a pro he is on the court was cool to see, and just how you can tell how many points he scores. Like, you can tell why. So it's pretty cool.
Thank you, Reed.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Reed.